Dr. Faruqi mentioned it, because they do change from one strain to the other. There are two methods the flu virus change. It's called as the antigenic drift and the antigenic shift. What is the antigenic drift is called is that when the same virus, basically the same virus, but then it change into the further strains of the virus. Like there's a flu virus, it's called flu virus A, influenza virus A, B, and C. The influenza B never changed, it's the same. Influenza A has changed into many subtypes, and then subtypes they change into many strains. And when one person get affected and get vaccinated, but sometime what happened, due to the antigenic drift, the virus strains get changed into a different virus, and the body immune system does not recognize the new strain. And that's why, and person has not received the vaccine, although the person received the vaccine for one strain of the same virus, virus A, but after the antigenic drift process, it is changed into a different strain. Body does not recognize that. That's why the vaccine doesn't work. That's why it is necessary, for the CDC to continue working into the doing research and to analyzing from different part of the world, different kind of the viruses, they collected it, and then they keep processing it, doing researches, and they produce the new vaccines every year, depending upon the viruses which are in the area, in the environment. The other, this one I just mentioned, that was the antigenic drift. There's an antigenic shift is when the virus so suddenly change into another type of the virus. And there is no vaccine available, it is. But it is so hard because it changed so fast, and there is no time to do a research. There's no time to get a vaccine. And that's why the pandemic occurred. And the pandemic is, throughout the universe might get affected. And thousands of people died, and they cannot do anything. That has happened so fast. And so far, from 1920 until today, there were like 4 times this pandemic have been occurred. One of them did happen in the United States also, and 1,000 people have died. But now, because of the new research and a lot of sources available, the pandemic cases, they have been reduced. But they have occurred within one century, about 4 of them, they were highest.
Sister, have a question? Yes.
I was told when your child is born, right?
Sister, you don't have a voice.
I was told when your child is born and they're discharged from the hospital, you have to see your pediatrician. And I was recommended to a pediatrician for my daughter, and it happened to be a Jewish pediatrician by a friend. And for some reason, he learned that Islam, we give our child dates or honey. So he said, he warned me, do not give your child honey because it damages the brain. So what's your take on that? Do you agree with that statement?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part. You said that your pediatrician said that give honey and date. Do not give them honey.
Give the child honey or dates because it's damaged the child's brain from growth.
There's no study. That's wrong. Actually, a few things. It's like today, as Dr. Saab just mentioned, the best medicine is honey for the natural for the child. But some children are allergic to honey. We also tell them. So make sure the child is not allergic to the honey.
So it doesn't have anything to do with the growth of the brain?
No, not that I know of. Maybe he can answer.
If there's a contamination to the honey, it could. If there is some contamination in the process of producing honey, it could be. But not the honey itself. And I believe in something which is mentioned by my Nabi, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that thing definitely had no harm.
Honey is not known to be harmful, but if you're allergic, we always tell. Because nowadays people don't sell pure honey, they always have preservatives. And those, when they are processing, they may cause infection in the honey. And that's what is supposed to be managed. Even though honey has antibacterial qualities in it, but not true all the time. Because now with the getting pure honey, there are a lot of infection and problems. What is recommended is you should buy honey in the area where you live. Why? because the honeybee goes into the flower, get the nectar from 12 miles radius, where it has its hive. Within the 12 miles is affecting your environment. So there's something called propolis, which is antibacterial quality in it. You can give that, but make sure you're not allergic to it. Now, there's a snack break, and after this short break, we'll be back in 15 minutes. We'll start the next session. We have a lot of questions. I know, first people are shy, they don't want to open, but when they want to question, there are a lot of questions comes up. And do not be hesitant, there's going to be a chance for you to talk. This is open forum for everybody. So please go ahead and have your snack and get up a little bit, get yourself into reposition. Inshallah, we'll talk. And there's a flyer here, and here's another flyer.